No, you don't.
She's shy. Anything to help speed this process up?
I'm gonna show you how to do it.
Okay, would you tell us your name?
My name is Michelle Smith.
And you were at the Wall of Shame, and this is late April 2011. And you have a husband who was murdered.
Yes.
Can you tell us his name and what happened? And when did it happen?
Yes, my husband was murdered October 2007 in the city of Carson. There never was no one found, no suspects or anything. And we're just trying to find out who's done it. We went to Carson City Hall. They put out a reward for $10,000 to try to help us. I haven't talked to any detectives, so I don't know anything else yet about anything that's going on since he was murdered. And I just want to try to get some help to help find out who murdered my husband.
Okay, and his name again was?
Bobby Smith.
Bobby Smith. And what happened, Michelle?
Well, from what I understand, he was in his work truck. He was going to pick up someone, and someone just shot his truck up and just killed him. He ended up in the oil refinery.
Okay, and you also have a daughter.
Yes, I have a daughter and a son.
And
19 and 21.
Because it was a family affected by the loss of your husband.
Yes.
How have you personally and your family collectively been coping with the situation since this happened?
Not good. Not good. Every day I'm just wondering if they're gonna catch someone, or if somebody. You just never know. And without the police help or detectives helping us, we don't know what's going on.
Okay, now this happened in Carson. That must involve the sheriff department. Is that correct?
Yes.
And do you know who the detectives are who are handling the case?
Well, I can't remember. I don't know if his name was Paul, or I can't remember. I mean, it was 2007. Like I said, I haven't talked to anyone since right after he was murdered.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it still should be an open case, and you still should be able to find out who the detective is and what has happened or what's happening to date, too. Really, you probably could follow that up. So you're saying it's been pretty difficult coping with this. You got 2 children. So what have you done? Have you sought any kind of help in that area of dealing with this?
Well, I've talked to some doctors, but I just pray on it, and I look at my children. I know I have to be here for them. So that's my inspiration, because I know they don't have their dad, but I'm going to be here for them.
So what about them? What kind of help have they gotten in this situation?
They've talked to some doctors too. They just coping with it every day. Every day to day, we just cope with it.
And how old are the children?
19 and 21.
Okay. Okay, Michelle, is there anything else in closing you'd like to add?
No, I just wish somebody could give me some help, some kind of answers.
And there is a reward, a $10,000 reward for information. And that's put out by the city of Carson, or who?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.
So later on today, in the city of Compton, on Rosecrans Avenue, Central Avenue.
Can you tell me your name?
Pamela.
Pamela. And what brings you to the Wall of Shame today, Pamela?
My brother, Michael Scott.
Michael Scott is on the Wall of Shame. What happened to Michael, and tell us about Michael?
He was killed March the 12th, 2010 in the Nickerson Garden Projects. Michael was a father of 4. He was the baby of 5. He wasn't just my brother, he was like a son to me. He was a good person at times. He had his faults, but he was good. He was a good person that loved his family and that would do anything to protect his family. He was a husband, a grandson. I said that.
Can you tell us what happened, Pamela?
Well, we received a phone call 6 o'clock on the 13th, March the 13th. We made it to the Nickerson Garden Projects. My brother was dead in a vacant unit. to the head, 3 in the upper torso. He died instantly. He died that Friday, about between 10 and 11. He went fast, they said. The boy that killed him is in jail. He died by the hands of someone he knew, or he thought he knew, I should say. And right now we're still in the process of going to court.
Okay, so the person that shot him has been caught and is in custody right now.
Yes.
Okay. Now you said there were children. He had 4 children.
4.
And they are with you today?
Yes.
Okay, and also your mother and his mother is here today too.
Yes.
How have you all been handling this situation since the death of your brother?
It's been hard on all of us. It tore our family apart. We're not as close as we used to be. I became real ill in September. From his death, I couldn't take it. I was in a coma for a week. None of us can still handle it. It's hard. So we're still coping with it like it was just yesterday.
Okay, so have you received any kind of help at all with dealing with this loss and the grief that goes along with it?
No.
Have you sought any?
Yes.
Okay, what have you tried? What have you sought?
When I was hospitalized, I spoke with a therapist. That was it. Since I've been out of the hospital, I haven't talked to anyone.
Okay, so the hospital, you'd like to tell us that they refer situations like this to people once they leave the hospital. Did that happen in your case?
Yes.
It did?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you are aware that there are places you can go?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what about your nieces and the children? How have they been coping and what has been done to help them through this?
They see a therapist. His son sees one once a week. The girls, she's kind of strong. She's the weak one. I try to be strong when they need someone to talk to, and I try to help them through it. And I just try to hold back my feelings and how I feel so they can get through it.
Okay, okay. What would you say to other people who have been in a similar situation with the death or the loss of a loved one, to kind of maybe words of encouragement or something to help them cope with a situation like this better? What would you say to them?
Let go, let God. Because if you don't seek help, it'll kill you. It'll kill you.
In closing, Pam, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I miss my brother, and the killing needs to stop. The killing needs to stop.
Thank you very much, Pam.
Okay.
I'll tell you when. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now?
Yeah, go ahead and point. I'll tell you when to start.
Look at you. And you wanna.
Okay, can you tell us your name?
My name is Yvonne Johnson.
And you have a son who is on the wall of shame.
Yes, I do.
What is his name?
His name is Dion Johnson.
Can you tell us what happened and when it happened and where?
He got killed on January the 14th, 2005, I do believe. He took my mother to Louisiana. I'm sorry. He took my mother to the Sizzler for her birthday, and someone called him on his cell phone and told him to meet him at this party. He went to the party after dropping my mother off, and they set him up and shot him in his head and robbed him for his necklace and took money from him and everything, and they killed him instantly at the party. He was right here on San Pedro in Los Angeles, right at the corner of San Pedro, and they killed him and shot him in his head and shot him in his, and then his brain came out. And they did catch the guy. His name is Bo Jones. They gave him 100 years to life, and he's told us that he did not want to go. He did not want to sit in court. He wanted to go to sleep. He was tired. I told the Lord that he needed to sit in court and hear the position of his sentence. So they made him sit in court to listen to his sentence. So then they gave him 100 years to life in jail.
Okay, Miss Johnson, you mentioned earlier that your son had children?
2 children. Their name is Diamond, DJ Johnson, Diamond Johnson. His wife would not bring the kids around us now to let us see the grandkids. My mother is 89 years old. She sits and she missed the kids, and I miss them too. I sit in church today and I cried and I cried and I cried because I miss my son, because he had, normally come bring us gifts on Mother's Day. He comes over every day to see us, and he have not been there to see us, and that's a total loss to me and my mother.
Okay. So today is Mother's Day.
Yes.
And you came to the Wall of Shame?
Yes, I did. I was supposed to be going getting food, and I did, but I came by here to see you guys too, and to see my son.
Okay, so this incident happened several years ago.
Yes.
And how old were his children at that time?
His children was the age of 4, 5, and 6, I do believe.
Okay, so they're pre-teenagers or in their early teens?
I'm sorry. Diamond is 7. DJ is 8 now.
Now, okay. So, Miss Johnson, how have you and your family been coping with this situation since the loss of your son?
It's not easy. It's not easy. Because I still miss him. Extremely a lot.
Have you received any type of help to help cope with this any better?
Sometimes you do, and then sometimes it's hard to deal with it, You know, it's okay, other days, but then, today is the day that, I used to seeing him coming around, wishing us Happy Mother's Day, bringing different little things to us, and that's very hard to deal with.
So what would you say to other mothers who find themselves in a similar situation to maybe help ease the burden of this kind of loss? What would you say to them?
Well, actually what I would say to them is just have God in their faith. You may cry like I did, but you still have to keep on going. Because I have my mother that I have to deal with. My mother's in a wheelchair. She's 89 years old. I have to be with her, daily. So it's just something, we have to learn to deal with, in society.
Now, the guy who shot your son was caught and he's been sentenced and he'll never get out of prison.
Oh, no, he'll never get out of prison again.
So how much does that mean to you to know that he will never get out and that he was caught?
It means a lot to me, but it's nothing can bring my son back, Nothing can bring my son back, to me. He was my firstborn, and everything, and I, surely would miss him, but he should have knew what he did when he did it. He shouldn't have did it over evenness and spite. He should have thought about what he was doing. He should have thought about, he knew somebody gonna know, and somebody gonna know who he is. Somebody gonna know, I killed this boy. I'm gonna get caught, some way, somehow, but he had no sympathy for himself. He had no sympathy for the family, no sympathy for his children, Deon's children, or anything else,
Okay.
And that really hurt him.
Okay.
People never told us, that they just came to us and told us, is it true, Ms. Johnson, that Deon got killed? Is it true that Deon got killed? We told them no, we did not know he got killed until after the fact that one of his friends came over and told us, and that was it.
So in closing, is there anything else you would like to add, Ms. Johnson?
No, that's it.
Thank you very much for your time, and God bless you.
God bless you.